Today we're going to be looking at a game engine called Our Machinery that I have never used before, never really seen before, so just check it out. Alright, okay, this is their main page. Looks like they have license available for academic stuff. And let's see what else they got on their page here. Early adopters program, 50% off until the end of year 2021. Apparently this is a very new engine, a new kind of game engine. Lightweight, flexible, modular, and extensible. Okay, interesting. Yeah, we are going to get into it and install it here shortly. Create custom tools and applications. You can extend the editor, create your own tools and applications. I'm sure most engines can do this well. I know Unreal and Unity can, but curious to see how they do it. Real time collaborative editing. Cool. Working real time. Your whoever you're working on your game with or whatever. Made to be hacked, minimalistic code base, written in plain C, source code, license, available, lightweight, hackable, modern. Okay, let's watch this little video, see how it goes. From the makers of Bitsquid engine. Hold on. Completely plugin based. Okay, cool. Okay, so there's clearly a lot to learn here. Let's just get it running and check it out. See what we can do. See how it feels. So I've already done this, but I'm going to go over it anyway just to have it documented. All right, so we hit download, top of their page. It looks like we're going to need an account. So let's see how far we can get before we need to do the account thing. So Windows has got to download. It is a zip file, so there's no installer. And it looks like it runs on Linux. And it also looks like it uses primarily Vulkan as the renderer. So that's where I learned about it. I was just looking at game engines that use Vulkan, and this was one of them that I had never really used or seen before. Okay. So it looks like it would run decently on Linux as well. It's definitely some Linux support there and Windows. I don't see anything about Mac, but it might not be that hard to get it going on Mac if you can get it on Linux, because that's the way it tends to be. But I don't know, you might have to translate some of the Vulkan stuff to Metal. That's going to be messy. Okay, so we download the Windows one. Click it, you get the download. I've already done this, but I'll do it mostly again in part. You can open it, and you just want to extract it. I extracted this to, where did I extract this? My C drive, I think. No, I extracted it to my source. Okay, so you basically have to run from this folder after you extract it. No installer. I really should have an installer. That would make a lot more sense. But I put it in here somewhere. There it is. So I extracted it right here. And this is the directory you get. Now, from here, I basically had to poke around until I figured out what to do, although I did admittedly skip the README the first time. So let's check that out right now. I guess it's probably the same stuff on the website. Well, it doesn't really say much about getting it going. Okay. So they've got folders here. Let's look at these. They've got bin code, doc, headers, lives, samples, utils, third-party code. So immediately, let's just look at the samples. They're using Premake 5, and looks like the sample has a bunch of plugins, including GLTF, Atmospheric Sky, Default Render, Nodes. Okay, so they've got these all on the project level. That's interesting. Simple 3D, simple draw. Okay. Lives here, foundation and static. Okay, so they made some lives with it, looks like, with Visual Studio 2019. There's a bunch of headers, a bunch of add-on stuff, quite a lot of headers. More than I want to go into, so we're just going to glaze over that. Some docs. We'll probably have to reference back to those. And it looks like this is the code folder. And they have source files and .inls. All right, but I think we just want to jump right to the bin, and they have a main application right here. They've got all the DLLs ready to go. There's a bunch of little sub projects here, or sub executables. I don't know how these work. Or I guess it's probably just other stuff they've built, I guess. Not entirely sure. But to start this, I think you just open this file here. All right, there we go. And here is where we need an email and password. So there's no option to continue without one. So I'm going to go make that on my other screen here. So I think we just got to go to, where is it? I guess it would be under one of these. Okay, we're going to be doing it under the ND free for now. So we're just testing it out. Try before you buy. Okay, download the machinery, create a free account. Okay, so we'll do all this, and I'm going to do that on my other screen. And once a GitHub account, make sure you specify the name of your account. All right, sure. I'll put it in there. Okay. Okay, got this. All right, account created. Just gotta confirm my email, so I can do that on my phone. And it appears I have succeeded. Okay. Can I put this on my other screen? I can't. I just don't want to reveal my account name and all that. No sense in that. I might say it anyway. Okay. All right, we'll just wing it from here. So I sign in. Looks like first thing you do is get a end user agreement. Obviously, I don't have time to read all this. It's a lot of stuff. But I agree, because what choice do I have? And here we are. We're right in the engine. Interesting. This is my first time seeing this workspace. Let me get my cam out of the way. It's not gonna be that helpful. I'll just make it really tiny in like the corner here or up here. I don't know, somewhere. Maybe right here's fine. There we go. Okay, so let's see if we can like figure out how to put some basic stuff in here and work with some basic stuff. I see we have a tree over here of looks like world host processing stack and a sky. Is there a sky? How do I move around? Okay, right click to move around. Okay, it feels pretty good and clean so far. It looks like it comes with the sunlight, I think. Ready to go. All right, so how do we add things? I'm just gonna try to figure it out. Okay, we got workspaces over here that you can just add endlessly. How do you get rid of close? Close, okay. Okay, we got some standard menus, file, new project, save, import, new plugin, entity component, editor tab, simulation entry, minimal. Let's just click minimal and see what it gives us. Okay, these are C files. Interesting. And you gotta, let's do a save. Let's see what happens here. Okay, it looks like it wants us to generate some sort of save file. All right, I really don't want it there. So let's make a folder called machinery. Looks like once we're in the engine, it's no longer called our machinery, it's called the machinery. So that's interesting. What are we doing? We're making, or we're saving test one. Oh wait, we just have to select a folder. Is this like the project folder? Let's try this. Select folder, okay. Test one, all right. So how do we like add a camera? How would we add scripts? How would we like actually start making a world that we could move around in? Let's see if we can figure that out without looking at documentation. Okay, and here's the console. Looks like it's defaulted to the Vulkan renderer, which is cool. I think it's cool anyway. I don't know if other people are going to think that's cool, but it wasn't too bad to get up and running. I'm just going to go through the menus and just like see where everything's at. I don't really know what these buttons are for. Is this for adding stuff? Okay, here's a play button. Opens the simulate tab. Okay. So rather than popping up a window, they just simulate it right there. There's a picture button. What does this do? It just says default. Oh, lighting. What is this lighting? Default. I guess lighting on and off. Okay. Default what? There's a box, a camera, light, plane. Let's try to put a plane in. How do you actually add stuff in? Okay, well, we do have an asset browser here. It does come with a box.entity, but not a whole lot else. And a plane and a sphere. Okay, so let's like drag these in and see what happens. All right, we got a sphere. And we got a box. And a plane. Okay. Legit. The FOV seems weird in this editor. I feel like it's too high, but is that something we can adjust? Okay, local space gizmos or world space gizmos? I don't know what that means exactly. I mean, I know what the difference between local and world space is, but what is it actually doing when I'm clicking this? Beats me. Okay. So what happens if we hit simulate now? Okay, we see this. We see some boxes. So where's our camera? No idea. So what, like, when we just hit play here, what is it? Okay. It gives us a default flying camera, it looks like, without us specifying anything. Okay. We're just flying around in an open world. All right, that's not a bad default, but how do we edit all that? Okay. So these have a little hierarchy going on where anything you add. So it's probably best at this point that I go find like just a basic tutorial that walks through, or even just the documentation. So we're going to go back to the website and look at learning and support. And there's API documentation, books, videos, sample projects, issue trackers, and academic license. So let's start with the API documentation and just go down through these. All right, this is going to be a little dense. It might not be what we want to start with. So maybe books. What do we got here? Okay, so this is like a web book. They've got an introduction. Looks like they've got quite a few things. Eventually they get to getting started, which is kind of where we are. First gameplay projects, sample projects. Okay, so this is kind of what we want to start with, I think. It says, okay, add a plane, add a box. We figured that out. Add a camera. I did not figure out how to add a camera. Make the box and plane physical so it cannot, make the box and plane physical so the box cannot fall through. Okay, so we're going to kind of follow this, not entirely, but okay. So you can change what you're editing with QWER. That's cool. I like that. And let's just scale up. Okay, that's not really what I want to do. Let's scale this. Wait, what is happening here? Oh, okay. I thought it would scale evenly. Maybe I got to hold a button to make it scale. Yeah, control. There we go. Okay, so just like a big ground plane there. Lower it a little bit. Right about there's fine. Oh, that's a light. Okay, and make them physical, it said. How do we do that? So do we add component? Add component, physics. It's got to be one of these. I guess it would just be physics body. Yeah, here we go. And we get some mass, tensor, enigmatic, dampening, and disable gravity. Okay, so on the ground, of course, we're going to disable gravity. But on like this thing, on the sphere, let's go ahead and add component, physics, body. Guess we'll leave it default. And let's do the same thing with the cube over here. Oh, I can't click the key. There we go. Finally got it. Or the box. They're calling it a box. Box, cube, same thing. Add a body. Wait, okay. They got gravity. It's got gravity. So now what happens if we hit play? They fall through. They fall through the thing. So how do we make them not fall through? A kinematic means it's driven by animation rather than true physics. Yes, okay. Come on, how do we? CCD. Continuous collision detection. Okay, I guess we add those and hit play. Let's see if that does it. No, they still fall through. Okay, so we stop the simulation by hitting the pause. Or no, I guess we just close it. Okay. How do we? They said make the box and plane physical so the box cannot fall through. How do you make it physical? Okay, yeah, we've been there. Okay, they have more properties. Okay, let's see what we got here. Hey, I'm not seeing it. So on the box, they've added a physics body and a physics shape. And on the plane, they've added a physics shape. Okay, so physics, the plane, we don't want a body. Let's delete that. We want a shape. Physics shape. Oh, whoa, that looks not right. Type plane. How do you just auto match it? Oh, I guess we do convex. Or, no. It's so weird that it doesn't just figure out what it is for the plane. You would think that it would do. Okay, that's not what we want to do. So do we have to manually put all this in here? Okay, there's no dragging on these numbers, so we'll have to type them every time. That's kind of annoying. Let's rotate it 90 on the, no, what's happening here? Okay, I like that you can just, okay, so you hold right click to fly around in the editor. That's kind of cool. How do we flip this around then? Okay, so they scaled it 10, 10, 10. That's just the transform. So let's like copy what they're doing. 10, 10, 10. Okay. That means we should be able to copy their physics thing as well. What do they got for physics? Shape. They have a box with a half extend. Okay. Oh, that's the box. Plane. Plane, radius 1. Okay, plane. This must be an older version because I don't have a radius for plane. I have scale, position, and all that. Okay, we'll see if this works. 10, 10. Guess it's working. I don't know. All right, let's see if we can get this keep going. So we want a body and a shape. All right, so let's add a shape to this thing. Add component, physics, shape. Oh, it's so weird. Oh, what? What is going on here? That doesn't look right. What is, oh, is that the camera? Oh, it's part of the physics shape. Why is this all the way over here? I'm so confused. This is a plain physics shape. This is what it looks like. Okay. Well, I think I kind of see what they're going for, but it's very, very confusing. Because I've clicked the shape. I feel like I should be able to rotate it. But this rotates everything. The plane. I guess if I want to rotate just this shape, I gotta do it here. I don't think this is right. So what? Why is the scale so huge when the plane is not even close to that big? Where did everything? Oh, it's really small. All right, so now let's click it. I'm really confused by this whole thing, to be honest. All right, so they have set. Okay, well that was pretty interesting. That's all the time I got this morning, but got our feet wet. It seems like the documentation is a little behind the latest development. That's kind of what I'm observing here. So I'm trying to just add these colliders, which it lets me do, but like, how do I just rotate it to match? And why can't it just do it automatically? That's what's kind of throwing me for a loop here. And it looks like when I added the sphere originally, my God, this thing needs to slow down. Slow down, camera. Okay, did that go in the right place? It's actually on top of the sphere? Yeah, it is. I don't know, let's just hit play one last time here before I log off. Falls through again. Alright. Well, that's all I got time for today. Wait, what are these? Are these still falling? Or did they stop? They're just floating. Alright, well this simulation stuff is going to take a little getting used to with this engine because I have no idea what is actually going on and what I need to really change to get it to work as expected. But pretty cool though. I really like the interface. The interface is nice. It actually feels pretty good the way you add components to things. I'd be curious to see how it handled my own models or just models from random sources like this chicken. That's not what I meant to do. This chicken. See what happens. If I just drag it and drag it in. Nothing. What if I drag it into our geometry? Then I bring it in. There we go. Got our chicken. Doesn't have the textures right, and it's flipping massive. But it's there. Okay. Alright, well thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Peace. Final thoughts on our machinery. Nice try. Nice try. Should anyone buy a license? In my experience, no. But it's getting there. Maybe in another few months or after a few more updates. But just based on the fact that the most simple version of adding physics to objects didn't even work right, and I couldn't seem to get it to work right, kind of told the whole story. So other than that, it was fine, but I didn't get much further because I basically got stuck there. So I think that's going to happen in general to any person. They're going to get stuck on every little thing because it's going to be weird and buggy. Well, I don't really know for sure, but that's the impression I got. So yeah, I don't think it's worth at this current time. I hope they make updates. I hope to see them do well, but yeah, that's the impression I got. Alright, thanks for watching. Consider supporting me. I love making videos, but as you guys may have noticed, it's really not worth my time or anyone's time if with this at this level as like a YouTuber. So consider joining via the join button on YouTube or on Patreon. It's $3 a month. It's not very much, and if you can afford it, it would go a long way towards helping me keep these productions going and making them better. In the meantime, they've got to be minimalistic because I cannot put so much effort into them as I have been, as I said in the last video. Alright, peace out guys.